Al-Qaeda today from Michael Hayden, the director of the CIA. He said the terrorist group has reconstituted itself in the tribal areas of Pakistan, where it has established a more durable leadership structure. He went on to say that Al-Qaeda has developed a bench of skilled operatives to carry out its attacks. And U.S. convoys have become a prime target for Al-Qaeda militants on both sides of the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Just this week, a convoy of a dozen military vehicles, many loaded with wheat for hungry people in Afghanistan, was hijacked. ABC's Nick Schifrin has traveled to the border area where the situation is becoming increasingly dangerous.
In this teeming gateway to Pakistan's tribal areas, look at what's for sale. Stolen supplies for American troops. A pair of binoculars, army uniforms, even a family photo, all looted off U.S. supply trucks destined for Afghanistan. More than 80% of the equipment for the war in Afghanistan goes through Pakistan, landing in the port of Karachi, then driven across the border. And the supply line has never been more exposed. U.S. Humvees are attacked, NATO fuel trucks are torched, and just this week, members of the Taliban took joyrides in American Humvees after stealing 12 trucks full of U.S. supplies without firing a single shot.
And the Taliban increasingly recognizes that this is a vulnerability of the NATO and American forces, and increasingly have focused on this supply line as the best way to make life miserable for the American and NATO troops there.
It's beyond this point where the supply trucks are the most vulnerable. This is the edge of the tribal districts, the areas where the Taliban and Al-Qaeda are the strongest here. And in the last few months, the militants have been threatening truck drivers with death unless they stop helping the Americans.
Laj Akbar was shot by the Taliban for driving NATO jet fuel into Afghanistan. Now, he can't use his right leg. Here, it's popular to target Americans and the people who help them. Pakistan's government says unless the U.S. stops its attacks inside Pakistan, it will lose the support of the people and its supply line.
The Pakistanis can squeeze us using this lifeline if they want to. American military and NATO military officials are well aware of their vulnerability here.
But with no other way to bring in supplies, the Americans are stuck. And every day, equipment destined for the battlefield ends up for sale. Nick Schifrin, ABC News, Peshawar.
And still ahead on World News, one